Welcome to New Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. So, yesterday I read a disturbing article on NPR about an African American disabled boy who was bullied on campus. He went to high school, he was on a football team, and he was bullied by his teammates. His teammates repeatedly called him nigger, according to the allegations. They made him sing a KKK song about lynching. They called him fried chicken. They called him Kool-Aid and other racist derogatory terms. And at one point, these people took it to a whole nother level. One of these white teenagers grabbed this disabled black boy, and another one shoved a hanger up his rectum. And then another one of these students actually kicked the hanger so that it would go further up this young man's rectum. Now, recently, one of the people who perpetrated this crime was charged and they were sentenced like yesterday. And instead of facing any kind of jail time, this person didn't receive any jail time at all for this crime. He made an Alford plea, which means that he maintains his innocence, but he admits that there's enough evidence to convict. So instead of being convicted to actual jail time, this person was only sentenced to probation and community service after committing this brutal crime against this young, disabled African American boy. And this is outrageous. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And the thing that's really sad is that you had the judge basically say that this is not a sexual act. He didn't view it as a sexual crime or anything like that. I mean, how is sticking a hanger up somebody's rectum not a sexual crime? How is it not a sexual crime? How is that not a sexual act? And then you had this judge downplay the issue of racism here. Basically say, well, he didn't think that this was a racially motivated incident. When you had this young man testify that he was repeatedly called a nigger, testify about other racist terms that were used towards him, testified about the KKK song, but in the minds of this judge, he didn't take those allegations seriously because there was a recording of this young man saying that he lied about those things. But it turns out, like according to what I see, you had the coaches basically set this young man up, basically try to persuade him to recant what he had said. And this is a mentally disabled young man. So I believe that they tricked him into recanting his statements. I think that what he said originally, probably more likely than not, is true. And it is a damn shame that you would have something like this happen, where a young man is bullied and the school ignores it. His adopted parents reported this crime repeatedly. I mean, they reported this bullying repeatedly, and the school did nothing. They allowed this to happen. And, I hope that the parents sue that school, and I hope that, they press ahead with those federal charges for civil rights violations. I hope that something comes out of that, because it is outrageous that someone would be able to do this to a young, disabled African-American boy and nothing happened. This guy basically got a slap on the wrist. And they're saying that even, it's possible that the conviction could be dismissed at a later time. So not only is he getting community service and, probation, there's a chance that this could be expunged from his record, so that it will be as if it never even happened at all. And this is just another example of white privilege in this society. This is outrageous. It's another example of how this criminal justice system is unjust when it comes to black people. From the days of Emmett Till to the days of today, this system has been unjust towards black people. And this is outrageous.